course, he didn't mean that.
Yeah.
He didn't mean that. He was just, whatever makes you happy, babe.
Yeah.
Because he knows, like, what's he gonna do? Like, you're not gonna find another gay guy you can consistently go to. What are you gonna do, honey? Come on. So that's the power he has over him.
And that's why he hates Claudia so much, is because even though like he doesn't have a sexual relationship like Louis and
That's
Claudia,
his domain.
they just have like a father-daughter, then later brother-sister relationship. Their connection. And I know it just annoys him so much that he can't read their minds.
That they can talk to them. He can't read their minds.
But I genuinely thought, I knew in episode 7 that they were going to try to, kill him because I had seen the movie before and I already knew that was like coming up. I anticipated it. That I thought we were going to get the reveal that Louis and Claudia's thoughts could be read by Lestat the whole time. I did not catch Antoinette. So they still gagged me at the end of the day. But I really hope we don't find that out eventually, that like Lestat's just been lying.
Yeah.
Because he lied about like his flying powers.
He didn't tell.
And
Lies
other
of
gifts he
omission
has.
are still a lie, yeah.
And now that we learned that Armand / Rashid
is older,
the new lover that we've not really been aware of this season, that Louis goes off to be with in Dubai, can fly too. Like, where are these powers come from? He can be in the sunlight. What are the rules?
He says it wears off the older you get. Really?
Really?
I mean, I almost would have believed it was the darker your skin is as a vampire, it works less. Okay, I'll take it, but like, all right. But it was just so strange. Because I understand rules can be restricting in fantasy elements of stories, but it just would help if it was, how do some people, because if it's random, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just want somebody to tell me it's random what powers you get, because you don't immediately inherit what your maker has. Okay. Because I don't know if you watched, it's an anime, it's called Code Geass. If Geass is a power, but it generates differently in different people. So if you get a Geass, it's not the same as whoever gave it to you. You just get something different and random. So like somebody has a power where whoever I see loves me all the time. Somebody has a power where if I speak to you and I give you a command, you have to obey it to its fullest, to the extent you can, from which you can fully carry it out by yourself.
Yeah.
And then there's other Geass where you can predict stuff and like not shadow walk, but like go into other people's minds and things. So I was thinking, so people just get like random powers. Like that's fine. That's like X-Men. Whatever, I'll take it. But multiple people can fly. Everybody can read each other's mind unless you're created by them.
Like, I don't know. I want to see Louis fly.
I want to see Louis fly. Antoinette. Because I knew he was going to find out about the plan. I understand you guys think you're being subtle, but you've lived with each other for way too long for him to be that stupid.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to figure it out.
But they were smart enough to then lie to him about figuring it out.
Claudia coming in
genius.
clutch.
A genius. She may look young, but she's been around the block a couple times.
She's been around the block. Because she knows abuse. After that, I know when you're lying. I know the type of person you are. You're going to fall back in line with your wife, Louis, and your floozy is going to be watching me. When they did all the reveals for when Antoinette kept watching them, you loyal little idiot. Why are you here? What are you going to get from this? What are you going to get from this? What Louis first male victim of misogyny. Women need to support other women.
Yeah.
You are a terrible person, Antoinette. How could you do this to our fellow women?
And you're already too old to be a vampire. Move on. And she lost her finger for nothing.
It's crazy because I understand she wanted to be a star and now she's immortal and everything. And you could have done well for yourself, babes. It's sad.
It was embarrassing. Could never be me.
It's just.
But I do love that Claudia learned the lesson from the abuse in episode 5, and she never looked back. And it's a shame that like Louis hasn't. And I really am curious about what's gonna happen in season 2 with this character,
with Armand especially, because
I think Armand's just be just as bad.
I know, because I thought their dynamic, because I guessed that he was a vampire anyway, because I was thinking to myself, why are you wearing those gloves?
Yeah.
And just the way he was acting and interacting, and then when he was sucking the blood and stuff.
I know, and then he was out in the sunlight, so I just stopped, And
also, I knew that actor had a bigger. I was told that the actor was getting a bigger part to play in season 2, so I was thinking to myself, but I've forgotten what who was cast as.
Yeah.
So I was like, what are you doing? And you're one of the many. There was that random Russian guy, but I was also thinking you're not one of the many people wearing masks serving him. So. And when he was, oh my God, and Master Louis. And also, isn't it implied that Armand is the one who created Lestat? No, it was somebody else.
It's somebody else.
Oh, it was that random guy who, but they knew each
but
other.
But Armand
and
Lestat have a past.
They have a shared past.
They both came up and perished around the same time.
It's just.
But I think that like Armand is a much older vampire than Lestat.
Yeah, he's over 500 years old.
Yeah.
It said at that point. He's way older than Lestat, but they met
at least
sometime after
1700s.
Lestat got turned.
Yeah.
So the dynamic is just interesting because if I were Louis, wait, you knew my ex and you did you date my ex?
And you killed my ex, and that's gonna be very important because vampires are not supposed to kill other vampires.
Yeah, that's a big
but
no-no.
You know, Louis can't ever get over anything, and that's why he sent him to the dump with the rats.
Oh my gosh, when David was digging into him and he was, you could have put him in the incinerator like Antoinette. You're a liar. And he kept getting at him. You're a liar. He was calling him out like, no. And when he was, is that how you remember it? And then it flashes back to Claudia saying we should burn Lestat. And then he's no, don't touch him. And he actually like pushes Claudia up against you're a bad father now. See, now I can't, I'm sorry, buddy. It's over for you now. Yeah. I can't defend you like that. I mean, I will, but you know, I can't. I mean, you hit Claudia. I'm sorry.
Victim.
You're a victim, baby. But why did you go after your daughter? That's not good.
Not cute.
I don't like that look on you,
especially
baby.
when Claudia's the only reason like you're alive.
She nursed you back to health for the 6 years that Lestat was out of the house,
and she kept defending you from Lestat re-entering that house.
Literally nursed you back to health. Safety, and she's a grown woman now. She's 36. It's implied she's in her mid-30s by the end of the season when they're leaving New Orleans. And it's just so interesting, the relationships we have, and then vampirism as a whole, as a metaphor. You just feed off of other people without realizing how much of a parasite you can be.
Exactly.
And it goes in hand with other vampire media. Is there anything else you want to see? Because I think that's our review for the show. Very good show, wonderful writing, great production values. I highly recommend. I think we both
I'm excited for season 2 next year.
I'm excited for season 2. And God bless AMC for paying their writers, paying their actors a fair wage so they can continue into production for season 2. I saw a casting announcement for some character called Nick. I forget the actor who's playing him or something. They were announcing some casting announcements for season 2 still. And so the trailer came out about a month ago for season 2. Bailey Bass will no longer be in this. So
because Jimmy Cameron is evil and stole her for Avatar 5. That won't even come out to 2029.
Oh my
So we will not have her in the show anymore, and they have casted a new up-and-comer.
But it's okay. She's eating. She looks good. I think it's one of those, I've never heard of this actor, which means they've probably done at least 10 years of theater, which I'm very happy about. Yeah. Or I don't know how old she is. She's probably done a lot of theater. I don't know about 10 years or I don't know how old she is, but so she's probably very good. The casting director, they know what to do.
They know what to do.
The casting director for this show is very good.
I'm just excited for the new locations in season 2 that we're going to Paris and Europe.
Paris.
So we'll be finally somewhere other than Louisiana.
I know, because it does. Wow, it's like the one meme where it's, how can you? I love when you can tell something used to be a play. You're like 10, 15 minutes in. Damn, y'all haven't left the kitchen in a little while.
Yeah.
So, we haven't left New Orleans in a little bit.
I kept when we were watching, Eve and I were just like, when are we leaving? When are we going?
No,
we need to escape. They know you're vampires.
Azalea Street, that church, the church garden we had at the beginning, what is Louis' last name? Louis Pontdulac, the Pontdulac house. When he kept visiting his sister. Oh, his relationship with his sister was so sad.
He wanted to eat his nephew.
The fact, I was so worried. I'm happy he left. I'm happy he left. But yeah. And I think very good show, wonderful metaphor, great tale about abuse,
and good effects.
Good, actually.
The blood was really well done.
I didn't realize there was going to be. It's tasteful gore. I don't think it was gory. I wouldn't call the show gory, but there's violence. So if you're squeamish about that, I'd say I guess watch the first episode because that's pretty much the benchmark for about how much blood you're going to be seeing for the rest of the show. Yeah. In terms of per episode, not that's all the blood you'll see in the show, babe. There's more. And so you said you wanted to get into changes before we wrap up.
Yes. The major other changes is like Claudia's age.
Yes. Okay. I was told she was 5.
Okay.
She's supposed to be a doll. How does a 5-year-old kill a man? Tell me.
Like, she's like literally supposed to be like 5 years old, which is just
So
wild
creepy,
to me.
right?
She's like really like big blonde curly hair, and I'm glad that they changed the age. Like, I think Kirsten Dunst's 11 was like a really smart choice for the film.
It would have been so creepy.
But it was like still so creepy even for an 11-year-old. And it does help that like Kirsten Dunst, like she has kind of like a womanly look even then. Like just the way her I don't know, her face has the most perfect bone structure I've ever seen in my life. But like her being so short and so tiny and then just killing
Pitt,
people
yeah.
like nothing. Just launching on them and going for their necks. Like it's Attack on Titan. I'm like I'm gagged. And like she has some like really like amazing lines in that show where she's like so frustrated being a kid. And then like Bailey Bass in the show, like she like you can't ever see her with even another preteen. Like you're a kid.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna have relationships like that.
Yeah.
And she like one time yelled at like Louis and Lestat in the movie. She's like, "Who's gonna fuck me?" And I was like, "Oh my god!"
Wait, she says that in the movie?
I think she does.
No, and she says in the show, and I
too.
remember
Yeah,
that.
I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
And then Lestat is like, "Well, you're not my type. I like a fuller figure."
She's
and then
impossible.
pointing at Louis. She's being impossible.
Oh my gosh! And I'm just like, this is crazy. And the dynamic in the film is really weird because like Brad Pitt's not into the gay things at all, and it's so disappointing. But he really is like single mom to this little kid, and it's like mother, it's not father. Oh. And if anything, Lestat's more of a father in the film than he ever is in the show. Like he hates Claudia. He's so mad that he changed her into a vampire.
He hates Claudia in the show so
bad.
Much. So like that little girl is his enemy. He is
when
not
he's
in the
dad.
bed with Antoinette, it's like, she's got her little claws into Louis and she's poisoning him against me with the cigarette in the bed. Oh my
he's
god.
He's beefing with a kid.
Beefing
with a child. I know she's like 30 and like her mind.
36 or whatever.
But like as far as I'm concerned, the argument will stand as far as I...
You're pulling your husband away from me. For that, you should die. Thanks. I'm 14 years old. What? Oh my! Oh, Shiv. What is Shiv and her mom from Succession?
Oh my gosh!
Like, I shouldn't have never had kids. I should have had dogs. That's him.
That is very true, though.
That's him.
And the other major change, I don't know why I'm on the other thing by accident. Oh yeah, the major other change is like Lestat has morality in the film and the book. Like he's not just killing willy-nilly like he does in the show. He only wants to kill wrongdoers. Like he reads their minds. Like he wants to kill cheaters. Any like other awful, objectively awful people. And I'm glad they got rid of that in the show because like as a viewer myself, I'm gonna let a lot of things go when it comes to vampires. You're gonna eat people.
I can let a lot slide actually.
Like,
morality wise in a TV show, I can let a lot slide.
I can let a lot slide, especially if you're hot. Like Sam Reed, you are a beautiful man. If you want to like suck the blood from like a kid, I'm gonna be like, gross. But I'll say like I stand and support 10 minutes later when you kiss Jacob Anderson on the lips. I like when pretty boys kiss on the lips. I think it's cute. And I like I will let a lot slide like when they were in the coffins together, like sharing a coffin. That was so cute.
Married couple, hello.
Like it was giving domestic. It was giving coffee in the morning. Oh my gosh. And then episode 6, after like they kick Lestat out and he comes into the house, is like, can you like let me in? And then Louis threw his coffin out on the street.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
When he's giving the gifts, the amount of gifts. And
a car. Brand new car.
Brand new cars. Can you at least tell Louis I came? And then he throws his coffin into the street. There's your answer. And she goes back in.
It's so campy.
It's so funny. It was like first edition book that I know he would like. I wish Claudia had just taken it and then walked back into the house without him. That would have been so funny. But the show's actually also pretty funny.
Yeah. Like Lestat is so funny. And I like that he's like just a straight up villain. Like evil people can be hilarious.
They can.
Like Tucker Carlson makes me laugh.
Oh my gosh.
You know?
Like Lestat in the show, because he's very much a hedonist in the show.
Yeah. He's a Sagittarius.
That reminded me of Hannibal. And people defend Mads Mikkelsen's portrayal of Hannibal because it's
people
product
have
of
fun.
a tragic upbringing. Because when you grow up with at least in film and television, when you grow up with very little, if you find yourself if you're you were already kind of moralistically not very stable. Once you find yourself with the ability to get a lot of possessions and just get whatever you want, you stop caring because I don't want the gravy train to end. Like this isn't gonna end. I deserve this. I went through a lot of crap.
Exactly.
I deserve to have a little fun. I deserve to eat people because